MATTERHORN is a large phase 3 global study enrolling patients across the world in Asia, United States, South and North America, and Europe, looking at FLOT regimen in combination with Durvalumab or placebo. This was the first study of its kind to be able to globalize FLOT regimen. As you know, it's widely used in Europe and some parts of the United States, but historically is not that well implemented in Asia. So we demonstrated previously that pathologic complete response is improved with the addition of Durvalumab compared to placebo. And at this Congress at ASCO GI, we're presenting the geographic data, looking at outcomes, both baseline patient characteristics, but also treatment outcomes and downstaging and pathologic response across different parts of the world. 19% of the patients were enrolled in Asia, which is the highest percentage of patients in the trial ever treated with FLOT in Asian countries. What we demonstrated, as expected, that the patient characteristics of patients with gastric cancer in Asia is different than the rest of the world. We saw a higher percentage of gastric cancer patients compared to GE junction patients, which is what we see in the Western population. More patients with ECOG performance status of 0, higher T4 stage percentage, and more node-positive disease. And despite these differences in baseline patient characteristics, the odds ratio favored Durvalumab for improvement in pathologic complete response. And moreover, the improvement in the response was exactly the same, 12%. This is good to see that you're able to approach treatment for this disease globally. It makes clinical trials uniform so that we can study these population of patients all together and standardized approach. It will help us improve outcomes. We also demonstrated that irregardless of where, which country or which region you look at, the odds ratio consistently favored addition of Durvalumab. So again, very reassuring for this global study. It shows that FLOT is doable, irregardless of the geographic region, even in regions that historically may have not used FLOT that much. 90% of patients completed all 4 cycles of FLOT preoperatively, which is great. And over 60% of patients were able to complete all 4 cycles of FLOT adjuvantly, which is actually better than we expected. The study accrued ahead of its schedule in the time of the pandemic, again highlighting that in the modern oncology practice, these regimens have a role. We need to wait for the event-free survival data from the MATTERHORN study before we can say that it's practice-changing, but we are hopeful that if it changes practice, it'll change practice all over the world.